This conference will now be recorded.
Fully loading means 100 records. If you have yesterday, you are loading 100 records. Then again 50 more new records are added. Then what you are doing? First you are going to remove all the records from here. You are going to remove all the records from here. Then 150 records you are going to add over here. Okay, 150 records we are going to add over here. So every day before you are going to load the data, we are truncating the data over here. We are truncating the data over here. Okay, so that is full loading. That you can able to do by using a copy data activity as well. By using a copy data activity, also you can able to perform this one by using a copy data activity. But now what I am expecting, I don't want to truncate every day, because to load every day the whatever the records you have in your source system, it is a bit difficult process. If you have billions and trillions of the data, then every day truncating and loading is so much time consuming process. So instead of doing like that, so what I want to do, I want to add only newly added records. Let's say for example, out of these 50 records, 20 records are new and 30 records are old but updated, but modified. You understand? Out of these 100 records, 30 records are modified and 20 records are newly added. 20 records are newly added. So whenever there is a new record, I want to insert, and whenever the modifications required in the existing 100 records, I want to update that record. So inserting a new record and updating modified record, this is called slowly changing dimension mechanism. Slowly changing dimension mechanism. What is a slowly changing dimension? Inserting a new record and any modifications for the existing record you need to update. So to perform this one, copy data activity you cannot use. So definitely you need some sort of transformations. So to use the transformations, copy data activity doesn't contain any transformations. Then what we need to do? So we have to use data flows. Data flows contains source, transformations, and target, means sink. So we are taking the data from the any kind of source and applying some transformations and loading the data into syncing into destination. And also whatever the data flows we have inside this data flows, when you are running a copy data activity, the compute infrastructure for this is different, but for the data flows it is going to create a clusters in the backend. Spark clusters. Spark is a in-memory computation, Spark is distributing the data parallelly on multiple clusters. It is basically in-memory technology. So when you are going to process the data, behind it will create a clusters. Clusters nothing but a machines, multiple machines. Why multiple machines required? To process your data more efficiently than the data what you are trying to take from the source. For example, 100 records. The 100 records of the data will be distributed among multiple compute nodes. Okay, like 20 rows from here, 20 rows from here. So this is how it is not going to save this data in hard disk. It will use in memory. So that is very faster. So in the back end, it will create a Spark clusters, and these Spark clusters are distributing the data parallelly on multiple clusters. It is in memory technology. So now what I am going to do to implement this scenario, I need two databases. One is source database, another one is target database. Okay, source database and target database. So inside the source database, I'm going to create EMP table, customer table, and another one is target table, that is dim customer table. So let me create source database and target database first. I already created a source database. I want to create one more database for target database. Click on databases. So source database already created. Create one more database. Meanwhile, I will open the SQL Server Management Studio as well. The database name is target. E classes, same server. Change the DTUs with the basic one only. Click apply. Review and create. Right. So simply go inside. So you want to add a firewall. Go to server firewall. And allow Azure resources. Okay. Click on save it. Alright. So let me connect to the database. Copy the server name. Yeah. So I have two databases. Let me create one table in the source database. All right, so simply you can create table employee number, sorry, customer number integer, customer name varchar, salary integer. Okay, create a table, table name create a table customer, customer number, customer name, salary, and insert some sample data. Insert, sorry, I need to add one more column. So first drop the table, customer number, customer name, inserted date. Okay, add one more column, customer number, customer name, and customer location. Insert customer values, what is the current timestamp, oh, inserted date is not a integer, it should be date, right? Okay, so in that scenarios, drop and recreate again, drop table custom date time. Okay, so two records I'm inserting inside this table. All right, select start from, all right, so simply I'm going to create one more target table in the target database. Same table, but it should have some key value. Dimension tables always having one key value, customer key, that is a identity column, means automatically generating the value whenever you are inserting a new record. That is identity property you can enable. Every time it will add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. And I will give here as a updated date. So whenever the record has got updated, I will add that date. Perfect. So now we need to load this data. Whatever the two records have, two records will be loaded. Tomorrow when a new record is coming or any modifications to your existing record, that needs to be modified here. Okay, so let me implement this one. So simply you can go to the data factory, go to the data factories. So use the existing data factories. Create a new pipeline. Take a data flows. Let me create two linked services, one for source and one for destination. So please delete all these things. Okay, so create one linked service for source, SQL database. Click on Azure SQL database, Azure SQL database, source, free trial subscription, source database. All right, source and destination created. Now we can go to the data flows. So inside the data flows, so how to configure this one? So under the settings, you can create a data flow. Okay, so click on new data flow. Right. So here, what is our source? You need to click on this add source. So click on this source and go over here, source setting. So I want to take a data set, create a new data set over here. What is your data set? SQL database. Which SQL database it is? Azure SQL table customer. From which linked service you want to take? Azure SQL database source. That is a customer table. dbo.customer table. All right. From this table we want to take the data. Then click OK. Okay. Then what I'm trying to do, whatever the data we are trying to take from the source table, we want to insert a new record. If any new records means a record not available in your target table. Target table is, oh, this should be dim customer, right? Right. Okay. So what we are trying to do, whatever the table you have, customer table, this particular customer is already available in your target table or not, you need to verify. Right. So you need to compare this customer table customer number with the dim customer table customer number. See, here there is a customer number, here there is a customer number. So you need to compare whether this 100 200 is available or not. All right, so to compare these two, you need to take this target table data as well. So add one more source. So give proper naming conventions for this. The source one is customer, this is dim customer. Just give a name, proper naming, and create one more data set. SQL database Azure SQL table dim customer. You can give any name for this one. Select the linked service, that is target. What is the table name? Dim customer. Then click OK. All right, so you are getting customer data and dim customer data. So you need to compare these two. Comparison for from the source, whatever the customer table, what are all the customers available in your dim customer table? Means we are going to look up what records are matching, what records are not matching. Generally based on the customer number we are going to do. So what is the transformation you want to take? Simply click on this plus symbol. There are so many transformation techniques available inside your Azure Data Factory. So what is the transformation you want to take? Lookup transformation. Click on the lookup transformation. Okay, so then you need to configure over here. So which tables you are going to compare? Means tables in the sense the input stream, this customer stream, and this output stream, dim customer lookup stream. Click on the match. So there might be a chances matching more than one record, right? A customer might repeating more than one time. In that kind of situations, which record you want to take? Any record or first row only or last row. 100 customer is available 2 times in your target table. Which value you want to consider? So that you need to specify. Generally specify first row, any row. 99% we don't have more than one time. And you are going to compare on what record? Customer number from the customer stream equals to customer number from the dim customer stream. So source table customer number equals, I'm going to compare here, equal symbol with the target table customer number. Got it? So this lookup transformation is going to give you a new record. Sorry, what are the records matching, what records are not matching. Then after, if you observe in your target table, there is updated date. Say record is inserting newly, that current whatever the at the time of insertion, what is the time it will insert. If a record is modified, for example yesterday record inserted, again today it is going to modify. So in that kind of situations, you need to derive a new column. You need to derive a new column for the update. A record having already a date, inserted date, and that record needs any modifications required, then we need to update this date as well. We need to update this date. So for that you need to derive a new column over here. So how to derive a new column? To derive a new columns, we are going to use a transformation, derived column transformation. Any new columns you want to derive in your data flow, you can use this one. Let's say for example, my source contains customer first name, last name, middle name. Customer first name, last name, middle name. I want to combine all these three and I want to create a new column. Then you can use customer name, full name column you can derive by writing a new expressions over here. So go to the derived column. Here you can able to add a new column, or you want to replace the existing columns, you can specify over here. So if you want a new column, then specify what is the column name you want to give, full name, and enter the expression over here. So here you need to concatenate all the three columns, whatever expressions you can able to write down over here. Expressions you can able to write down. So whatever the columns, full name, last name, middle name, you can combine and write down the expression over here. But in my case, what I want to do, I want to take this updated date, right? So simply you can make it updated date. So write down the expression over here. Open the expression builder. So what do you want to do? If my target table already contains a date, okay, already contains a date, then you can keep that date. Or if any modifications required, I want to insert, I want to take the current date and timestamp. Is empty, is null. Is null. Which one is null? The inserted date is null. Then what do you want to do? Take the current timestamp, current UTC, IAF. Okay, so I'm going to check, is this inserted date is null, then take the current CTC, current timestamp, else you can take the updated date, whatever you have. So now, whatever the records are coming from your lookup, you need to divide those records. Which records you want to insert and which records you want to modify. So for that, we have another transformation, alt row transformation. Click on this alt row transformation. Inside you need to configure here what operation you want to do. So you need to put a condition and what kind of operation you want to perform. Do you want to just insert or update or delete, or you want to perform upsert? Upsert includes insert plus alter modifications as well. Okay, so just simply put here true. True means whatever the input records coming from this lookup, whichever the record needs to be inserted, yes, insert, and whichever records needs to be updated, modified, yes, modify. So that condition I'm putting just true, then it is going to perform according to that. Okay, it is going to perform according to that. Then finally, you need to sync your data. Click on this plus symbol. Where is your target? Click on sync. So take your target configuration. So my target is a A new data set I'm going to create. SQL database. Redeem customer. Click OK. Okay. So go to the settings. So here what operation you want to perform? Upsert operation. On your target, I want to perform the upsert operation. What is the key column? The key column is customer number. Okay. The key column is customer number. Now we can go to the mappings. So I want to do the auto mappings over here. Customer key is the auto generated value. You don't need to map over here. Delete it. And this customer number from the source, I'm going to load into destination. Customer name from the source, and customer location. Customer location. And here what did you want to put? Updated date column, whatever I have the right. Alright. So now I'm going to start the debugging. See, when you are debugging your copy data activity, it is very easy. But these data flows are taking some time because in the back end, it needs to be created some integration runtime along with some core processors needs to be created. Okay, and then click OK. So meanwhile, what I will do, yesterday we were discussing one scenario, if you remember, if else, right? So quickly I want to do that one. So let me create a new pipeline. So what exactly we are trying to do? We have one blob storage account. Go to the storage accounts, create. Okay, so go to the resource. So inside you can upload one file. All right, so what I'm going to do now, let me go to the data factory. Now my requirement is take a get metadata activity. So what are the files we have inside that container? I'm going to identify. Click on new blob storage, delimited text file, new linked service, create it. Browse the file, click OK. Okay, so you need to specify, don't provide the file name. I just want to take the child items. Okay, then you can take if else activity. Let me execute this one first. What exactly it is returning, we will see. The data flow still starting. Yeah, it has executed. Data flow debug started. Then you can click on debug. Then it will run this data flow. Okay, so this one, what is the output it is giving? Child items name empbank.txt. Okay, so let me take if else. So just a condition I want to check whatever I'm going to write down over here. So what is the condition you want to write down? Here you can specify, add the dynamic content. Say file name starting with. So we have a function. A file name starts with which file name, whatever the get metadata activity. Where is the output of this? You need to, yeah, you need to link up this. Then it will come. A file name, whatever the output is coming from your activity, output dot child items dot name. So whatever the name is returning from the child items, from the get metadata activity output, child items dot name is should starts with what? EMP. Okay. So whether it is returning true or false, I am going to convert this into bool. Bool means 0 or 1, because if else condition required 0 or 1. All right. Okay, single quotes you need to put. Whatever the file name is coming from your get metadata activity, whether it is starting with the words emp or not, it will return. Yes, if it is contains starting letters of the emp, then it will return true. True will be converted like a 1. If it is false, this bool function is going to convert false into 0, true into 1. Click OK. So inside the true activity, I will put whatever the copy data activity or what you want. So I just want to put wait activity over here, and inside this false, if it is false, I want to send an email notification. If you remember yesterday, we have set up a web activity. So here I will put another activity just for testing purpose. This I will put as a send mail. Without configuration, wait activity I am taking just for testing purpose. And the true part I want to put copy activity, just naming convention for debugging purpose. Okay, let me debug it. So let's see which one will execute. The file what we have in the get metadata activity is a empbangalore.txt. That means it's a true. The file name starting with the emp only. Then it needs to execute whatever the activity you kept inside the true part in the if condition. It's got failed again. Why? The expression bool starts with the activity get metadata output emp cannot be evaluated because property name cannot be selected. Array elements can only be selected using an index integer. Okay, so the value whatever the output is coming from here, name is not selected. Okay, let's put up to child items. Debug it. Again got failed. What might be the reason? Let's see the answer. The function starts with expects its first parameter to be of a string data type. The provided value is a type array data type. So whatever the values returned by your get metadata activity, it is a array data. Okay, it is a array data type, but it is expecting some item name. So let's take some item name. Item name means your file name. That kind of situations, specify the file name as well. So here the condition what you need to do, start a child item. Say item name. Let's check. Debug it. Right. So what is output it has written? Let's see. The output it has written is item name is empbang.txt. So that's true. So because of the true, inside the true part, inside the if condition, because of the true we are keeping copy activity. So copy activity is executed. If it is false, it will execute other activity. So what I am trying to demonstrate, if condition activity is going to execute the activities based on the condition what you are writing over here. If it is a true, whatever the activity you are keeping inside the true part, it will execute that business logic, else it is going to execute the false one. Okay, right, come back over here. So whether it executed or not, yeah, it has executed. Do you want to see this loading data flow run? Let me check inside this table. Inside your target table, check whether the records are inserted or not. Okay, updated date is coming, something wrong. Means it has to insert over here. That means the derived column, whatever we are, let me go to the pipeline flow, data flows, derived mappings. Under the mappings, what we did, updated date. So let me take this as a updated date, and here also the derived column, what I am going to do, I want to derive the existing updated column only. Okay, let me debug again. So we have some more transformation techniques available here. So let me discuss one by one. So we have new branch, join, conditional split, exist, union, and Windows functions, aggregate, surrogate keys, filter, sort. These transformations we'll discuss in the tomorrow session. Okay, let me truncate and load it. Truncate table. Yeah, that's table. Okay, the condition whatever we have written, it seems wrong. Go inside data flows, derived columns, open expression builder. What we are trying to see, inserted date is null, then if it is null, okay, okay. So now this date is coming. I want to add a new record actually. 300 last year, and existing record also I want to modify. Insert this new record and modify the existing record. Update customer set location equal to Mumbai, where customer number equal to 100. For the customer 100, I'm changing a record. So what I'm doing, I have inserted a new record last year and changing the location of this. These two updates needs to be performed on your target table. Okay, now we can debug it. So a new record added and existing record location got changed to Mumbai. Okay, let's meet tomorrow. We'll discuss about other transformation techniques.